Yo,
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good. All good. How are you?
Fine, all fine, thank you. Obviously, thank you for taking time to do this.
Yeah, don't worry.
So, I wanted to quickly start off these questions with, well, first of all, like a small introduction. Obviously, I'm doing this for school, and I had to interview one of the top representatives of our sport. Obviously,
Yeah,
in this case, immediately me thinking you statistically speaking with competitions and like recently being KOTC winner as well as the last, what do I want to say, like five FIG comps at least podium, if not first place.
yeah.
And yeah, so tell us a bit about yourself. Like, well, you're obviously, well, name Elis Torhall, but like age and why did you want to start doing parkour?
Mm, I'm 18 years old, and I saw a YouTube video, and then I just got in love with it and started doing it.
All right, so it's
And
all
since then, I've been like training all the time.
okay. But okay, so it's more of a passion project than anything else.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, perfect. And so here we go. Okay. So the first one would be what type of strategy do you manage when you're competing at a obviously at a high level?
Mm, I don't know. Just do the stuff I'm confident with, and try to be sure that I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so it's more of like being confident in everything you've been doing and like not risking it for something that you haven't done before.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. And the second one would be uh what would you feel would be like mainly the communication you would have inside of the sport? Like within parkour, what do you think the communication is between maybe you and your coach or
I don't really have a coach though.
okay,
I
so
never had.
between maybe you and yourself then? Like what like makes you say like okay, you have to do this way?
I don't know. Just my inner motivation, I think. And just what I feel like doing in the moment.
Okay, perfectly. And so kind of like another one would be the strategy already. Okay, so the planning. Uh right now, obviously, like competition wise, what would you say right now are your main goals?
I don't know, just be injury free and progress as much as I can. Real, it's it's not the competition that motivates me. It's more my own progression
Okay, so
that I like.
you would say it's more like about how to keep pushing yourself in a healthy way and how to like be the best version of yourself, not only like competing. It's not all about competition for you.
No, it's mostly about my own progression and beat myself like 1 year ago. I want to
Okay.
be a better version every time.
Okay, perfect. In the future wise, what would be your plans as of now?
Mm, think just to go around traveling, filming videos, competing, and yeah, that's it. Probably try to get some good sponsors to be able to live from it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so trying to make like obviously everything possible for you to be able to live off of parkour.
exactly.
Okay, and I imagine along the way, like how you said before, out bettering yourself so you can be the best version of yourself.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Uh, all right. So, what would you say would be your worth ethic? Like,
What do you mean?
so what is your like way of saying like, okay, this is the way I do things, and this is why I do things. So you told us why. It's because of pure passion. It's not
Yeah.
only for competing, but why are you so dedicated to trying to better yourself, or like why is it so important for you to be like one of the at worldly ranked best athletes out here?
For real, I don't really know. It's just like something I've always wanted, and it's a big motivation for me. Just try to be one of the best, and I like to push myself hard.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially, I can feel so satisfied, when I've done some new things, stuff, and that feeling is like the best feeling for me.
I can imagine. So, as well as having like your own worth ethic and your way of doing things, how do you feel about this sport eventually becoming an Olympic sport?
I think it has some positive sides and some negative sides, and it's very great because it can make more people live from the sport because it would
Mhm.
be like more money involved, I would say. But then I hope there will be a good like judgment and stuff in Olympic, because otherwise it would be like it will not represent our sport as it is if it's like the figure rules, I would say.
Okay, so you feel like the sport, how it's represented now in these competitions, are
Yeah,
not made the have not made the rules in the best way, but you feel like they can obviously get better and at the end like have
yeah,
like, a better way to represent it towards the world.
yeah. And I think I've talked with the judges, and they're working on a better system for judging and stuff. So they will change a little bit until Montpellier. So it would be cool to see if
Yeah,
it can be a better outcome.
considering it has been mostly because of you that the rules have been added or changed point wise. From
I
you
don't know.
being like a person that has been, I want to say, doing like the highest difficulty tricks in these competitions.
Mhm.
So like definitely that has something to do with like how the rules should be made, considering like difficulty just keeps running higher and higher.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And for you, besides bettering yourself, do you have another source of motivation? Like, is there something else that motivates you? Like, besides just wanting to do better than yourself last year?
Mm, of course, like winning big competitions and stuff. That's also motivation,
Okay,
and
perfect.
filming videos and stuff.
Okay, so the more of the content side is something also that you really like because you can see the progression, I imagine, and like you
Yeah,
competitively see like how you've been doing better. Okay.
exactly.
As of now, obviously, um, do you think what's your opinion on your trajectory with your athletic career? Like, what do you think about everything you've done until now?
I'm really happy and proud about it, actually. But I've been injured quite a bit recently, like the past year or so. And that sucks, of course. But I think it's also a part of the game. No, no one can be injury free all the time. But
Definitely.
apart from that, I'm really happy with what I've accomplished.
So what would you say more is like you're like happy with how you've been doing things, obviously. It's just the
Yeah,
injuries are sometimes like the worst part because you have to either stop training or like go too light for a minute.
yeah, and it's really hard for the mental game when you're injured as well. Like
Yeah.
you lose control, and it's hard. It's hard to manage what to do.
And like seeing like you do all these competitions obviously entails a lot of training, but how would you say your training gets done? Like you say you don't have a coach, but does that mean that you're your own coach and you give yourself like the hardest lessons, like, yo, you have to practice this today? Like, do you have a list, or like, what's your way of training all of this, obviously, besides repetition?
Mostly it's just I go to the gym or outside with some friends and I just start playing around, and then I find the challenge and I do it or a line, but I don't really plan like I'm gonna do this today.
Okay.
Mostly of the time, but sometimes it's like, yeah, I have to do this trick today, and I go and do it. But it depends. It's not really a schedule, you know.
So you have more of a way of doing it where it's like you do it because you enjoy it, and then that adds up to progression into like your skill set and like how you do things. But it's also sometimes like you'll go to the gym, you'll be like, yo, today I want to learn, I don't know, swing cast full in, and you'll
Yeah,
just
exactly.
spam it the whole day. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And like,
But I feel like it's very important to go by your own motivation and not like go after a list. It's like I feel like if you just enjoy your trainings, that will give you the best progression.
okay, so so it's like if you do things because you want to do them instead of like because you have to do them.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And so to all of this, like obviously like you saw videos, you got inspired, you trained because of yourself, but like out of all of that, like why do you keep doing it? Knowing like, I don't know, say Ellis from like 10 years ago was like, yo, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. Like, why? Why do you do all of this? Besides for yourself? I know, but like there has to be a maybe a reasoning towards it.
Mm, no, not really. It's just I love it. You know, what can I say? It's my passion.
Okay. Perfect. So you've been like, it's basically because you love the sport, you love that. I imagine it's like different to another sport. It makes you constantly progress and like work not only on the physical side but also on the mental side.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And to all of this, for example, I think we're not getting an exhibition this year in the Olympics, but the next Olympics in 2028.
Yeah.
Ideally, we would already have parkour as an Olympic sport. Do you
Yeah.
feel like you will go one representing your country, and two, do you think it will be like skateboarding where it was accepted with grace, like everyone like went to see it and everything?
I don't really know. I know that some people will love it and some people will hate it. You know, it's always gonna be like that. Some people will look down on it as they think parkour shouldn't be an Olympic sport, which is fair. But I still think it would be great if it would be in the Olympics. I would probably compete.
Okay, so you would obviously be excited for it being in the Olympics, and you would obviously like want to give the best performance ever, I imagine, because the Olympics is one of the biggest sporting events like well, in the world. But you also
Yeah.
feel like there could be some lashback towards like us for like competing at these events.
Yeah.
Have you
There
had
will always be.
have you had any backlash from competing at FIG comps?
No, not. I'm just going there and doing my stuff. You know.
Okay.
So
So for you, it's more of like there's a competition that's open. I can go. I want to do it just for fun instead of like, oh, I have to do this.
yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a very nice like mindset towards it, and like how you develop your skill set for these competitions. And like, is there a obviously you do freestyle mainly, but is there
Yeah.
another type of competition you would like to practice? Maybe speed or
Mm.
skill, world chase tag.
I really enjoy skill. I would like to do that more.
Okay. And do you think you would do skill qualifiers for SPL?
The Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet, but if I'm not injured and I feel good, I will do it.
Okay. Nice. And well, obviously, like you've told us a lot of like why the sport is important to you and like what it means to you and why you keep doing it. But
Mm.
like, do your parents have any opinion towards you doing this sport?
Yeah, they support me.
That's, I guess.
They really support me because my dad also owns a gym.
Oh, okay. The X-Flow Academy.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
he's
sick.
one of the owners. So yeah, they're really supportive.
Oh, that's
That's
amazing. Obviously, for an athlete to have the support from their parents means the world. And like, if they're telling you to like, keep pushing yourself, obviously that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really thankful for that.
And obviously, to almost like wrap this up, parkour being such an important sport for us and being so worldwide, like, what do you think has been the best thing that you've gotten out of parkour? Obviously, a mad set of skills you have, but like, what else have you said? Like, oh, if it weren't for parkour, this wouldn't be possible.
The most important part is all the friends and community. Actually, I know people from all over the world, which is amazing, and I would
Mhm.
never get to do that without parkour. So that's that's also a big part of why I'm training and why I enjoy it so much. The community.
Okay,
That's
so the whole like vibe that that community has, the chance to go to competitions at obviously KOTC in LA, Vancouver for SPL,
yeah,
Greece for AOM, all those competitions that happen around the world, FISA, Montpellier, FIG in Bulgaria, Tokyo. So basically, what you like about it is the unity that you can have with another person that does the same sport as you.
yeah. The community is very important.
Okay,
It's
and
so supportive in parkour as well. Everyone supports each other and helps each other, and I feel like that is great.
yeah, definitely. And like, do you feel that like when you grow up and you're an adult now and you have a
Yeah.
kid, if your son wants to start doing parkour, what's like your mindset towards it? Like, would you help him? Would you coach him? Would you like,
Yeah, I'll probably support him as much as possible, but not too much, so he would find it boring. But
okay,
just give a little push, like drive him to the gym and stuff like that.
perfectly. So like, I imagine like your parents do for you, like, I mean, make it something fun and like help out with anything that's possible, just not like making it overly done that it's like I hate the sport.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Yeah, basically we've hit every point. Your strategy, communication, personal and work ethics, Olympics thoughts, obviously. Um,
Yeah.
your plans, I think I would only want to ask maybe besides like obviously you said training as long as possible and like being able to have some nice sponsors for like you to be live comfortably off of it, obviously. But do you have any other plans for parkour? Like, would you open a gym? Would you maybe, I don't know, be an owner with your dad of the gym later on in life? Any other idea?
Mhm. I never think that much of the future, but I'm a coach at my gym. I really enjoy coaching as well,
Okay.
so I will continue with that.
So if, well, not if. So in the future, we can probably expect that one, you will have like a high ranking name of competitions, but you would also at some point, if you have the chance to coach the future generations, you would like to
Yes,
be involved still in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Cool. Perfect. Yeah, basically that hits up almost every question. Well, basically every question. And
Yeah,
yeah, general, like I just want to thank you so much for taking this chance. Sorry that from 1 minute to another I kind of like put some pressure on it just because like I thought my final was
No, no,
next week.
yeah, I get it, of course.
But yeah, it's so sick. Thank you so much for obviously for being available to do this interview. I'm recording it right now. Hopefully like everything's good. And yeah, excited to see what you throw down in Montpellier.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, for like at least for us at Team USA, we can't wait to see you. And yeah, thank you so much, Elis.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Bye, you too.
Goodbye.